Exactly that. I actually passed to our north and east, so we saw more of a northerly wind and now shifting around to northwest. And what that has done is pushed the water actually out into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's pretty interesting how that works. It really makes a difference. If that eye is to the south of you or to the north of you, it can make a world of difference when we're talking about surge. Now, most people think hurricane, and they don't really think about fires with hurricanes. Well, we had a fire here, a raging fire, taking place in 3 buildings, and there was a power line down. We don't know if that caused the fire, but there was one down by the house. And we are told by the fire chief that one person escaped that fire, so that is great news to report that someone has escaped the building. We hope he was the only person in that building and there was nobody else left in that building. And the winds were just whipping that fire around. It was incredible to see. And, of course, you had to be careful. And we were also worried about other buildings catching fire. We haven't heard of any other buildings catching fire. But the fire department was there, and they did put out that fire and take care of that. Now, along with that building being completely destroyed, we also had a little bit of damage here around Galveston. Nothing like what Mike and Janine are seeing, however. We did see some power lines down, some palm fronds around, street lights down, some street signs down, and just a little bit of flooding on the street, more puddles where we're located at least. And, of course, those newly planted palm trees, some of those have fallen over. But for the most part, we don't see any substantial structural damage, maybe just some smaller awnings, and also some of those carports, those were torn up. But overall, with the buildings fared very well here, at least where we are located. But we are concerned about the side of the island that was maybe going to see some surge due to the winds, again, coming out of the north-northwest and pushing the water from the bay onto the west side of the island. But we don't have any reports of significant surge at this time. And Bill and Kelly, Bill, you had mentioned earlier the winds backing. I'm not sure a whole lot of people know what that means, backing, and I want to do a little meteorology, more like 303, not really 101. And the palm trees, I'm not sure if you guys can see them behind me, but they were actually flipped in the other direction, more of a northerly wind, and I want to tell everyone backing. Think of a compass set here, north, west, south, and east. So when the winds are shifting around to the west, that's considered backing, and how I always remember that is if you look at a clock, say north is 12 o'clock, you're going back in time if the winds are shifting around to the west, which would be 9 o'clock. So back in time, the winds are backing. And, Bill, that's what they have done. Our palm fronds are now more coming out of the northwest. I hope I explained that well enough.
Very good, Steph, and that's a great analogy. And also, usually a north wind means cooler, drier air coming in, but not in this case, as you know, Steph.
We'll make it Meteorology 404 at this hour. All right, Steph, thanks a lot again. Simple rule there. Backing wind is counterclockwise, veering wind is clockwise, movement of the wind.
All right, now we want to bring you the very latest from the National Hurricane Center. We have a brand new advisory that was in at the top of the hour, and the winds have decreased now to 100 miles an hour. We expect that with a landfalling system. It's now a Category 2. It's moving northwest at 12 miles an hour, and right now the center is about midway between Jasper and Beaumont, Texas. Still packing quite a punch, though.
And, Kelly, I think we want to show the rainfall estimation now. No, we're going to go...
We're going to show you the landfall now, and again, it occurred at 2:30 Central Time, right between Sabine Pass and Johnson's Bayou, Louisiana. Again, when it made landfall, it was a Category 3 storm, packing winds of 120 miles an hour.
Okay, here's that radar estimation now. Note the core of where the hurricane has gone by, and you can see that, there you go, it's coming up through portions of Louisiana, now getting into the eastern areas of Texas. Rainfall rates here probably 1 or 2 inches per hour.
And we want to bring you the radar now and show you what's actually going on with severe weather. Let's take a look at Sky Tracker and show you the tornado warnings that are in effect. Sky Tracker 2 will show that nicely. Tornado warnings in effect for Angelina County in eastern Texas, Sabine County also in eastern Texas, and San Augustine. You're also under a tornado warning until the top of the hour. And again, these are moving toward the north-northwest at 12 miles per hour.
All right, Kelly, I want to take everybody back to New Orleans now, where we've had power outages and flooding and wind damage. All big issues with Hurricane Rita as it continues its relentless race over parts of the area. And ABC's Hari Serene Vasan is live this morning in New Orleans. And Hari, we did see the levels flooding out yesterday.
Feeling the